Everyone, it's Patty from PS Paper Crafts. Thanks for joining me today. I've been away for a while. I had an extended trip to New York. I wasn't planning on staying as long as I did, but I'm back in sunny Florida, away from the cold weather. Glad to be back. And I wanted to show you how to make this card. It's a Valentine Day card. And a lot of people are making Valentine Day cards using the paper, and it's real red and flirty flamingo. I wanted to do some purple because I know people love purple. I know you're out there. It's a lot of purple people. So I made this card. I'm using the Heart to Heart stamp set. It has a nice Happy Valentine's Day sentiment and then the detailed hearts. And this is pretty cool. Let me show you in the catalog. So you can cut out different colors, you know, cut it and cut it and cut it, and then the hearts that pop out you can pop in to make different colors, which I thought was cool. You can back it with a different color paper, but I'm going to cut it apart. So I'm going to cut the whole thing and then I'm going to cut a piece, and I think this time I may go diagonal. We'll see what we come up with. You could also make a shaker card and use these. The stamp set has this label, and it will tell you right here, it coordinates with the story label punch on page 186 of the annual catalog. So that's good to know, and we'll be using that today. So let's get started. I have my pieces. I always have my pieces cut, and this is my last round with the die. And I'm using Gorgeous Grape and Purple Posy. I thought that was Highland Heather is a nice combo too, but I like the lightness of the Purple Posy. So unfortunately we don't have the Purple Posy ink, but we have the markers and the cardstock and the ribbon, and it's really a pretty color. They had a problem with the ink, so they couldn't get past that problem, but you have blends and other ways of coloring, markers and things like that. So let's get our die cutting done first. So I'm going to just take this die, and I found that I had to run it through a couple of times just to make sure it really went through good. And my plates are a little old, so maybe that's my problem. Or if you have the precision plate, that might work better as well. So I'm just going to make my sandwich. Oops, I have a little heart here. And you're going to end up with a lot of little hearts. So let me just make my sandwich. We got lots of hearts there. I tried to save them in a cup so I can use them later. And I'm just going to run it through. I'm going to just go back and forth a couple of times. I want to make sure that it's good all the way through. I'll do one more this way and one more that way. And then I'm just going to turn it over and look to make sure it cut through good. So I wanted to make sure all of this was cut nice and through. So that looks good. Let's get rid of this and this and the die. So now this piece you're just going to kind of push through and get all those pieces out, punch out all the hearts. It takes a minute, but I'll use my pokey tool once I get this cut out. Phew, okay. I'm just going to put this aside, and then I'll poke out the hearts, and they're easy to poke out. And again, if you made this in different colors, you can have them poking through, which is really cool. Let me get my tool here and just push these out. Okay, just about done here. And you can save all these hearts. So I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to just put these right in a cup. So I just have this, set that aside. We'll use that later. So you could just lay this right over if you wanted to, and add a sentiment right on top of it, add some different colors in here. It's pretty cool. And what I did before was I just cut around to give me the piece in the middle. So I cut, let's see, I cut it. Huh. Let's see. Maybe I cut up here. That's what I did. I cut the top. That's what I did. So I just cut right here, right there, and got that piece. So we're going to do that, because then after I did that, I said, well, maybe I can cut it a different way as well. So I'm just going to cut that. And once you cut it, you might want to just round your edge. So again, this is a piece I used here. But this time I'm going to cut it so I have this kind of diagonal piece. So I'm going to cut right here, and then I'll clean up this one just so it's not flat. And then I'm going to cut right here. And you could cut it anywhere you want. And then you have these extra pieces that you can use for another project, another card, a scrapbook page, a little note. Okay, so we're going to go diagonal with this one. So we have that done. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment, and we're going to punch it out. So the sentiment is wishing you love and laughter forever and ever. And we have this stamp, which again coordinates with the classic, what is it called? The story label. And we're going to use gorgeous grape ink. And I'm going to do it this way so I can punch it easily. So I'll just press it here. Okay, and then we're going to put the sentiment right inside of this. And close this up for now. Put these aside. And we'll get the classic, or I keep calling it the classic label, the storybook label punch. And I just unlocked it this way. So these punches close for storage, and then you push this down, you unlock it, and then you punch it by looking through it from the back so that you can line it up and just get everything kind of even. And I like to press it a little bit without punching it down, just to fine tune it. I think that looks good. Punch that out. And let's see, what's next? Let's put our card together a little bit. So I'm using the liquid glue. That's what I like to use. I just put a little bit on. Put this on. And I wanted to see where I wanted the label. So let's put this, and I can put it up here. Or I could put it down here. I think I like it better up here. And then I'll fill it in with hearts once I decide, you know, where I want everything. And with this, I'm doing the liquid glue. I'm putting it on the big filled in hearts to make sure I have a good amount. And then I'm just going to dot it. And you want to make sure you get all the edges. You don't want anything lifting up. So just dot it around. You can use whatever liquid glue or whatever adhesive you want, but I find this to be easy with small areas. So just very gently, lightly dot it around, get all those little edges done. And this is strong, it'll stick very easily. Okay, and it dries clear, so if you have some where you don't want it, it's okay. So let's get this in place. And what I like to do is just put a block on it, just to hold everything down, just for a couple of seconds. And then we can put our sentiment down. I'm going to do that with some dimensionals right here. So we'll put 4 down. Oops. Okay. I love this color combination though, it's really pretty. Okay, just put that back. Get the sentiment right up here. Okay, and then I wanted to put a heart here. So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue right up here, just a dot, and I'll get one of the little hearts. And you could use tweezers or something. They're not that tiny, so it's not, whoops, it's not too hard. Stick it to my finger. Okay, and then let's kind of lay down some other hearts and see if we want to just have them laying around here. And I like to just place things around and see what I like. Am I losing my hearts? I thought I had one there. And we'll do one more. I think there's a little bit of glue on my fingers. How's that look? Let's go with this. So what I do is I just put a little bit of glue where I want it, put the heart down, and just kind of go around. I just like to place them before I commit to anything. And then I'm going to put a little wink of Stella on these hearts just to make them pop out. I'm going to let them just sit for a minute, and let's do the inside. I don't have a piece. 1 second. I always have these pieces pre-cut, so I always have a stack of them because I use this for the insides over and over and over again. So I'm going to do the Happy Valentine Day. I have that mounted already, again in the gorgeous grape, because it's gorgeous. Okay, and then I have this little heart with the leaves next to it, which I thought was really pretty. Okay, so that'll be on the inside. Let's close this up, get the wink of Stella out, and if you're not familiar with wink of Stella, it just makes everything sparkle and shine. It's really cool. So I'm going to just shake it a little bit, and it's just like painting. So I'm going to just paint it on. I don't know if you can see it. It just gives it a little bit of shine and glitter and glimmer. And I'm going to put it on all the solid hearts. You can add some gems, rhinestones, pearls to flash it up a little bit too, but I like this. And it dries really quick, so don't worry about that. We'll just put it on all of these big hearts, solid hearts. Okay, just a few more, and then put the inside in and we'll be done. Cute, right? Which one do you like better, the diagonal or the one that's straight across? It's nice that you can cut this apart and you can make multiple cards, and they'll all be a little bit different depending on what piece you have. Okay, so let's put this on the inside and we will be done. I don't know if you have a catalog or not. If you don't, let me know. Just message me, send me an email, patty@pspapercrafts.com, or leave me a message on the video. You can look at my blog. I'll have all the dimensions and everything, and you could shop for products on my blog, and that's pspapercrafts.com. And if you need a catalog, let me know. I'll get one to you. I have an online catalog on my blog. So lots of ways to get there. But anyway, and right now is celebration. So for every $50 or $100 you spend, you can get a free product. Stamp sets, dies, papers, really cool. So I think I like this one better, but let me know what you think. Okay, thanks so much. You guys have a good day. Bye.